Welcome to Warriors Conversations. I'm Dr. Dan Johnson, serving here as president of Wisconsin Lutheran College. And in these video series, I've been walking around campus interviewing some of the Christian servant leaders who have just made such an impact on our WLC family. And today, I'm in one of our student hangouts here in Aspire Hall, and I'm with Barb Westness. She's a 2002 graduate of WLC. She has served in various roles, first of all as residence counselor, but also now as the director of student programming and orientation. You know, Barb, what an amazing year that we have had. This past academic year, you and your teams planned 156 events for our students, and perhaps just highlight a few of your favorites.
Some of my favorite events include our campus traditions: afternoon tea, Fat Tuesday, Winterfest, Homecoming, the variety show. My other events that I really enjoy are those events that bring our students together to share experience, like bingo night and game night and bowl for a buck, to name a few. But since you have me on the hot seat, President Johnson, my favorite event here on campus is WLC Christmas. It's a time when our student body and our campus community come together to celebrate the birth of our Savior in Bethlehem. I don't think you find anything anywhere close to it in any other institution. Our students make it what it is by dressing up. They share their talents in music with us. There's a traditional candlelit Christmas Eve service and a wonderful traditional WLC Christmas dinner that we provide. And it's just one of the highlights of my year every year.
It's outstanding. And when you think of pulling off all these events, how do you do it?
To be completely honest with you, I think it's the grace of God. He sends a lot of energy and enthusiasm and patience and just adaptability skills that you need when you're working with a group of students. Additionally, I've had a very supportive family and friend network, along with a lot of mentors and leaders throughout my life that have provided great examples for me. We also have a really dedicated staff here on campus. Every year we get together and we do a programming planning calendar session where we map out our strategic priorities, decide which department is going to provide what programming opportunity, and then we share that with our student leaders. And the student leaders really help drive the programming mix and decide how we're going to accomplish our goals. Having their input is really key to the success and buy-in from the student body. We have a communication hub on campus where a student worker staff is charged with communicating all the involvement opportunities to the students on campus. And then collaborating with other areas of campus, including academic departments, the Center for Christian Leadership, Health Services, campus ministry. Everybody pulling together for a common goal is really how we do it.
You know, when I reflect on the involvement of our students in planning these activities, what an awesome, real life experiences, right? Planning and executing on these activities. Maybe tell us more about how these activities really help develop our students to really be Christian servant leaders.
Well, the opportunities they have in student involvement really help prepare them for any career they want to go into and any walk of life that they choose. They learn how to work with other people. They learn how to advocate for their opinions. They learn how to be adaptable. They practice their boundaries. They learn time management. They learn how to both have healthy conflict and resolutions, and they also learn how to be solution-oriented. In addition to managing the budget, assessing and evaluating programs, and even learning how to drive a 12-passenger van. You would be surprised at how that skill has come in to help many of our alums and graduates after college.
That's great. You know, we've, speaking of adaptability, we had to really pivot during COVID, not just academically putting classes online, but student program. I heard so many compliments from students and parents how we were able to continue, even through COVID, engaging our students during the pandemic. Matter of fact, I heard, correct me if I'm wrong, that we broke the internet for the Facebook Live bingo night. Tell us more about that.
We actually did break the internet that night. We partnered with an outside company for our online bingo cards, and we had so many people logging in all at the same time that we shut down their system several times. Students were patient, we persevered through, but it was really fun to see our students in the same place at the same time having fun. And then throughout the pandemic, we listened to our students. We hosted online elections for both the Student Senate and the Warrior Events Board. We transitioned our leadership team from one year to the next, and we were able to use what we learned during the shutdown period to impact our programming when we got back on campus. Students read the Back to College Guide. We had several meetings about how to program and still come together, even though the guidelines had changed and the whole goal was to stay apart. What sets WLC apart and makes our community unique is the family atmosphere and the Christian community. Our students want to be together, so that is something that we did not want to lose. We shifted locations for a lot of our events. We were adaptable with timing. Our staff was adaptable with setups, and we were still able to carry on many of the traditions that we have had for years and years. Fat Tuesday was held outside for a consecutive 32 weeks. Afternoon tea shifted to an outside format with to-go treats. But again, our campus community, it's very important for us to be together. And those opportunities weren't exactly what we wanted, but they served the purpose at the time. And I'm very proud that we were able to do it.
You know, globally, there's been a lot of focus on mental health and wellness, and that certainly has been intensified because of the pandemic. At WLC, we've really, therefore, increased our programming to address this issue. Maybe you just share a little bit about what we're doing in that regards.
Well, nationally, 60% of college students report anxiety and 40% report depression. What we're doing at WLC is really what we have always done, and that's focus programming on the whole person. It's very important for our students to grow spiritually, emotionally, socially, academically, psychologically, and physically. So a lot of our programming focuses on bringing people together and sharing experiences with one another and taking a break from all of the stressors of the outside world. I would say nearly all of our events focus on health and wellness, especially if you focus on that social interaction piece and leaving the troubles of the world behind.
You know, as you know, we are blessed with just amazing students. One of my favorite days of the year is that this year was our 30th annual Impact Award Luncheon, that we really recognize student leadership. And maybe just tell us more about that.
This is an awesome event where several student life departments come together to recognize those students that give of their time and talent throughout each academic school year. We intentionally put students into leadership positions at a young age because that peer-to-peer influence and impact really makes a huge difference in their growth and development. We tap into their strengths as determined by the Strengths Quest to help them use their God-given talents to serve others, but also to grow strengths that may not be in their top 5. We recognize these accomplishments annually at the Student Impact Leadership Award Luncheon by honoring our RAs, resident assistants, student senate members, Warrior Events Board members, conduct board members, and the Impact finalists and the winner. The Impact finalists are selected by or nominated by faculty and staff. Then the student body selects the winner. This year's winner really made an awesome comment when he thanked everyone for the award, but then he said anyone in the room could have been the recipient. It's just great to see what our students learn and how they grow each year, and imagine how they're going to go out into the world and impact.
It was great chatting with you today. God truly has blessed WLC through the efforts of you and those that you work with, and preparing our students for lives of Christian leadership. And just thank you for all that you do to really offer outstanding student programming and involvement opportunities. And if you'd like to learn more about WLC, or if you'd like to support our mission, you can visit our website, wlc.edu. Thank you.